All right, as I stated yesterday, Mel Kiper and Skip Bayless have been standing 10 toes down regarding Shedeur Sanders, even after the regular season has ended. Let me go ahead and play this clip about what Mel Kiper said, and I'm going to go ahead and follow it up with what Skip Bayless said, and then I'm going to end it with how Shedeur Sanders felt about Kevin Stefanski leaving the organization. I'm sorry. Kevin Stefanski did not leave the organization. Kevin Stefanski got relieved. He got that pink slip. He got removed from the organization. Not even 24 hours after that win in Cincinnati. He got that pink slip exactly 18 hours. But I already knew Kevin Stefanski before he ran off to that field. Kevin Stefanski already knew the writing was on the wall. Six or seven coaches that to interview with the Cleveland Browns next week. No interviews occurred this week. One name that a lot of people are liking, of course, you got the John Harbaugh, but I don't know if he wants to go into the Cleveland Browns organization. That being the case, he knows that it's still a lot of work. Would he be a good fit for the Cleveland Browns? I'm going to say, yes, he is a winning coach. He's definitely better than Kevin Stefanski. But will he be a great fit for Shedeur Sanders and the offense? I'm going to say yes, too. He has won Super Bowls. He went out to the playoffs a lot. He's also had Lamar Jackson as quarterback. Unlike Kevin Stefanski, I think he can relate to cultured black players. And if you see my other videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. John Harbaugh probably would be a good fit. I would probably place him as number one, the number one candidate on my list. But I do have to consider Jeff Hafley from Green Bay. He's the coordinator currently for Green Bay, and you know that they're currently in the playoff this weekend. So that's why a lot of these interviews cannot happen this week, because a lot of these teams, these candidates are still in the playoffs, except for the head coach coming from Miami. I don't want him. I definitely don't want him. From what I've heard, his personality sometimes is put offish. And we don't want that in the Cleveland Browns organization. We already still dealing with a lot of these Shedeur Sanders haters. We're dealing with people that still down to Shedeur Sanders. And all that he have shown, we're still dealing with that. So that coach from Miami, please go somewhere else. You're not welcome over here. Not trying to be mean, but we're trying to get this locomotion back on the tracks that we have it in Cleveland. Put it on the tracks and make it steamroll for this upcoming year. Certain coaches don't need to apply. And once this candidate list is finalized, I'll be coming back and getting my commentary on what I think about that coach. And I'm going to be digging up to see if any of their players had any issue with them. And I really want Brian Flores to be on that candidate list. As of now, he is coming from the Minnesota Vikings. You do know that Brian Flores, I think that was his defense that Dylan Gabriel went against in London this year. We thought that Shedeur Sanders was going to play in that game. Of course, he did not play in that game. But I do like Brian Flores. I definitely want to see Brian Flores. I want to see some chocolate in Cleveland. I want to see representation there. After Kevin Stefanski, we need something drastically different. I'm not just speaking about skin tone. I'm speaking of I want a head coach to come in there that's going to know how to work that defense, put Shedeur Sanders in the best schemes, give him that passing power and those plays that he knows that he needs in order to be Shedeur Sanders. We don't want no dinking and dunking unless there's situations that call for dinking and dunks. Okay, we already know by now, even as casual football fans, you can't air raid the field at all times. You can't throw the ball 30 and 40 passes every time. We want to coach here, get familiarized with the team, get familiarized with the weaknesses and strengths of the offense, get familiarized with Shedeur Sanders' play. And my thing is, if I was Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam and I'm interviewing these coaches, I would definitely ask them, what are your opinions of Shedeur Sanders? What do you like in Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback? How can you improve Shedeur Sanders' pass protections? What do you see in Shedeur Sanders that he needs to improve? What do you see in Shedeur Sanders that you like? Kevin Stefanski, Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Berry has to approach these head coach interviews holistically, because we're looking for a head coach. Oh my gosh, I'm talking like a Cleveland Browns fan. We're looking for a coach that's going to come in for the well-being of the whole entire organization. The whole entire organization. All right, let me go in and play these clips and come back and give you my commentary on Mel Kiper and Skip Bayless. Here's Mel Kiper responds.
If Shedeur Sanders is going to be their quarterback going forward, I guess is what I was trying to say.
It's got to be Greeny. I mean, what the hell has it got to do? I mean, is it going to get into this negativity again about Shedeur? I mean, I don't know what else the kid needs to do. I mean, Josh Allen had haters in year 3. So if Josh Allen has haters in year 2 and 3 of his career, there's no way Shedeur can avoid it. But I've watched every play, every snap of Shedeur Sanders, and he should be proud of what he had to go through and survive and to come out. Everything about Shedeur Sanders screams he's the quarterback, but if people are going to negative in April, they're going to be negative now because they're like, oh, where is he ranked? Forget that. Look at the interceptions that were off of Jerry Jeudy, off of Judkin's shoulder, batted balls like Burrow had one yesterday, batted in a pick 6. You blaming Burrow for that? No. You're blaming Shedeur for a couple batted balls that were picked off? You shouldn't, okay? So you're going to be fair here. So really, when you look at what Shedeur did this year, not having any training camp, never with the ones, defense, offense, be thrown out there, playing in brutal weather conditions, not in domes.
That's not changing. That's not changing, though.
In great weather, in brutal weather conditions. If you're going to sit there and tell me you weren't impressed with the rookie year of Shedeur Sanders, I would say you weren't watching the same game I was.
Do you notice people still in my comments still commenting that Shedeur Sanders is a 5th round talent in my comment section? Go ahead and let them continue to live in the twilight zone. That's where they're most comfortable at. But I'm going to say this. Sanders, this year is over. We're in the playoffs. Besides Shedeur Sanders and occasionally regarding Cam Ward, when are anyone referring to any other player drafted in the 2025 draft? Let me prove my point. Who was drafted in the first round, number 15? In the second round, number 30. Who was drafted in the third round, number 92? Dylan Gabriel. Only reason I know that, they throw up Shedeur Sanders NFL draft round and pick so much. Hey, we've learned Dylan Gabriel's round and draft number by default. But let me continue to prove my point. Who was drafted in the 4th round? 120. We already know that. Who was drafted in the 5th round? 144. Who was drafted in the 6th round? Who was drafted in the 7th round? Call out any round for the whole entire 2025 NFL draft. Can anybody else name a player that was picked in a certain round or certain draft number? No, I'll wait. So for the people that want to live in the twilight zone, be my guest. I'm dropping it just like the Cleveland Browns dropped Kevin Stefanski 4 days ago. And we still haven't heard of no one offering Kevin Stefanski a job. You remember when that narrative came out that if the Browns fired Kevin Stefanski, within the next day he'll have an offer? Have y'all heard of an offer? I haven't, but we shall see. All right, let me go ahead and play this video by Skip Bayless because I got to give him the stage too. Come on, Skip. I got to give Skip. He's been standing 10 toes down for Shedeur Sanders also. Hold on.
Yeah, for a young man.
How does Kevin Stefanski find?
Glory be. Stefanski is gone. And especially the two of us have been campaigning for that for not weeks. He was sabotagey to Shedeur, especially in first and goal situations when he kept going wildcat so that Shedeur wouldn't score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And the decks are now cleared for a young man who I believe proved, despite all those numbers you just read, that he is who the Cleveland Browns have been looking for at quarterback.
Yeah.
And all I know is that against impossible odds, longest odds in the league, highest degree of difficulty, he did beat and outplay Aaron Rodgers. Even in QBR, it was 37 to only 18 for Aaron Rodgers in that game. And it was impressive to me because of the degree of difficulty. Shedeur Sanders took a team of practice squad nobodies and went on a 64-yard drive in 10 plays, clutch, and more clutch. And as we talked about for the last 2 months, Pro Football Focus has ranked Cleveland's pass blocking dead last in the league. For the last month, has ranked Cleveland's receiving core dead last in the league. And what makes sense to me is Kliff Kingsbury. The more I thought about it than Shedeur, but he makes the most for Shedeur Sanders.
All right, so there we go. They're gonna Mel Kiper opinion regarding Shedeur Sanders starting as QB1 for 2026 season. And there you go. You also have Skip Bayless opinion about who should be starting for the Browns in the 2026 season. So Vesters, until next time, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we vested up today. All right, Vesters, happy Friday. And we're going to leave for the weekend and every other day after this. So until next time, Vesters, I'll talk to you.
Found out a couple seconds ago, but I think it's just overall the mentality, like things are going to happen. That's just how the league is. And moving forward, just focus on, what we can improve, individually for the next head coach.